Hey, what's up guys? It's Mike, Infinity Roofing. I wanted to do a quick video. I'm driving down the highway right now and talk about wood shake roofs. I used to do a lot of wood shake roofs back in 2004, 2005, man, up through 2009. But it seems like I've had a lot of our reps ask a lot of questions about shake. When I say wood shake roofs, I mean cedar shake roofs, hand split roofs. Most of the product comes out of Canada, and most of the roofs, say in the Colorado Front Range area, were put on in 1990 and 91. If they're still up, there is some that have gone back in a few certain areas, and just kind of wanted to cover some things with that. So let's talk about hail damage on a wood shake roof first. Then we're going to talk about wind damage on a wood shake roof. And then we're going to talk about what kind of comparable material we can replace to go back with shake, depending upon what kind of allowances that the insurance company has given to their insured. So as far as hail damage to wood shake roof and why insurance companies even pay for them, if you take a piece of cedar fencing and you break it in half, and the fence is 10, 15, 20, 30 years old, it's going to be yellow on the middle. The reason it's yellow on the middle is because the outside of the fence protected the inside, and you're seeing that fresh break. So if a hailstorm hit today and we looked at shake roofs after they dried out from the rain, they would be orange, yellow, pumpkin color on the inside. If a hailstorm happened 6 months ago or 9 months ago, that yellow or orange is going to start to erode out like this, and it's going to start turning khaki color or a light brown color. It can make it very hard to distinguish the difference between hail damage on a shake and just someone walking on it or just a natural split. So a lot of times when I'm assessing hail damage on a roof that's fresh, you get up, you see the big splatter, small splatter, big splatter. Remember, a hail hit is typically 1/3 to 1/4 the actual size of the hail, because it's only the bottom of the hail that's hitting that shake. So the reason that insurance companies pay for hail damage and splits on shake roofs is you have what's called a keyhole. If you have a shake shingle here, a shake shingle there, and it lines up with two shakes below it, it used to be solid. So once that hail hits it, it creates a split, and then you're gonna have a keyhole that can have exposed water above it where the split was, which would then cause water to go behind that shake. So another really important thing I want to bring up about shake roofs. In the Midwest, a lot of shake roofs were put over 1x4 slat decking, meaning that we'd have to redeck it. So if you do have a shake roof, you want to know where you're working, it's always a good idea to look in the attic and see, okay, is this roof already decked with OSB or CDX plywood, or is this thing on skip sheeting or on 1x4 slats? If you don't know, take pictures, send them to me. I can help you identify some of those differences. So that's a couple topics with the hail damage. Another thing that's extremely important, kind of going into wind damage, but also a little bit of hail, is what we call the repairability factor. So the repairability factor on a roof, when you meet an insurance adjuster, typically will range between a 1.0 and a 2.0. Meaning, for every shake I replace, they're going to allow a certain amount of shakes for me to repair around the shake I replace, because the older the roof is, the harder it is to repair, and they know we're going to accidentally break a few trying to get in and pull out a whole shake and put in a new shake, or when there's dents on the valley metal, or when there's dents on the turtle vents or air hawks or any of the other corresponding type of ventilation. The reason this is so important is that when the valley metal has damage, or the turtle vents or air hawks or any of the ventilation has damage, they're going to have to pay for a bunch of shakes around those areas to replace, because when we tear those out, there's going to be some issues, and we're going to need to put down new shakes. As far as the wind damage goes, it's kind of a no-brainer. Hey, the shingles blew off, the ridge cap blew off, and again, the big thing there is, okay, if we lost all of our ridge cap in some of the field, what's the repairability factor? If it's going to cost $10,000 to repair a roof that we can replace for $17,000 or $18,000, talk to the insurance company as the homeowner's roof expert and say, hey, does this make sense? You know, talk to your homeowner about it. A lot of times we can offer financing to pay the difference, or sometimes the insurance company may say, hey, you know what, I agree. shoot me over your estimate or what you're going to charge the homeowner and what product you're going back with. A couple other things about shake roofs to watch out for. Replacement cost value coverage, RCV, means, you know, it's a $20,000 roof. The insurance company is going to reimburse them up to $20,000 less their deductible because they have that replacement cost value. A lot of insurance companies have gone to actual cash value policies. Actual cash value policies are not necessarily a good thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing always either. It just means that they're not going to be able to recover their depreciation. So for example, if the schedule for a wood shake roof is, let's say, 40 years, and the roof is a 20-year-old shake when they toll it out, they're only going to give them $10,000 allowance for what would have been their $20,000 roof. So they still have a couple options, but that's the way that works. It definitely means that they're going to have to come out of pocket in one way or another, unless they just go back with something simple because there's enough money for them to work with. In terms of comparable products, wind damage, hail damage to a wood shake roof, if the roof gets totaled out, obviously you can go back with shake. If it's in some areas like up in the mountains where they require a Class A fire resistant shingle, and they've got an HOA that makes them go back with shake, say up in Vail, Beaver Creek, some of those areas, you know, this can be an issue. Most commonly, we're going back with a wood shake lookalike premium, concrete tile, stone coated steel. The concrete tile and the stone coated steel are going to come with an upgraded cost, but there is some new line items in Xactimate, such as the wood shake lookalike, the slate lookalike premium, the wood shake lookalike premium, that we can oftentimes give the customers their estimate for the roof, and it'll be creating enough value that they'll still be there within the cost of what that wood shake would have cost with either a Class A fire rated shingle, an impact resistant shingle, or an asphalt shingle that should last them quite a bit longer. Those are a couple of those quick topics on shake roofs. If you guys want to have some more details with what some of those shingles are, the wood shake lookalike being the GAF Grand Sequoia, the Owens Corning Woodcrest, and or the Certainty Presidential. The wood shake lookalike premiums are going to be your GAF Grand Canyon, Owens Corning Woodmore, think more for more shingle, and then your Certainty Presidential TL. Those are kind of the 6 that I've gone back with most commonly, approved in a lot of HOAs. Now back to the wood shake roof that doesn't have decking. Back to those gaps, those splits. We're gonna have to resheet the whole roof with OSB or OSB Tech Shield or CDX plywood or CDX plywood Tech Shield decking. Because of the cost of that decking, we're gonna go back with something more comparable to a Timberline Ultra, Armor Shield 2, a Duration Storm. And the reason for this is because we're spending around $160 to $180 a square to resheet that roof to meet the code to have a nailable surface. In doing that, it would cost way too much money, and the job basically would be at a loss if we didn't go back with one of those products because of the decking. So again, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a couple general things to think about with wood shake roofs: hail damage, wind damage, repairability factor, types of the shingles, and remember, most importantly, looking in that attic to see what's up there. And if you ever have any questions with any of this stuff, take a picture, text it to me. I can identify a lot of that stuff from these phones. And then if you guys have any other topics you want me to help you out with, let me know. I'd be happy to do it. Have a wonderful week. Go sell a bunch of roofs, and we'll talk to you guys soon.